But who makes it moral or immoral?
You do, and I do, and she does, and she does.
God does.
How do you know that God is the good one and the devil's the bad one?
because God is more powerful and he was cast out.
So might makes right.
So might makes right.
What's that?
So might makes right.
I still didn't.
In other words, that it's called might makes right, and what it means is because I have the brute force to be able to achieve something that it therefore is correct. That's what you just argued.
I don't think God does it by brute force.
You just
said
said
he was more powerful.
You said he was the good one because he was more powerful.
No, he's the good one because he's the holy one.
How do you know? How do you know that he's not the evil one and the devil is the good one?
I guess
and that Yahweh has
because I go by the Dead Sea Scrolls.
So you believe an ancient text that tells you which one's good and which one's bad. So your real ultimate moral authority is not Jesus Christ or any personal revelation or anything else. It's an old set of books.
No, it's the real one.
The real what?
Well,
you have to use.
It's the combination because it's a historical document, and that's how modern man knows about Jesus Christ.
Okay, first of all, modern man knows nothing about Jesus Christ from the Dead Sea frickin' Scrolls because they were written before he was born. The Dead Sea Scrolls are Old Testament documents.
It's the Torah.
Yes, which says nothing at all about Jesus.
And the prophecies leading up to Jesus Christ.
The Jews would disagree with you.
The Jews disagree with you.
Yeah.
And by the way,
the people who wrote it don't agree.
The Dead Sea Scrolls with regard to morality are some of the most immoral things you're going to find in the Bible. It endorses slavery, tells you who you can enslave, how long you can enslave them, how much you pay for them, and how to mark them as your slaves. This is the ultimate authority of morality for you? You are not bigger than this? You are not able to exercise some compassion and humanity and say, yes, as a matter of fact, slavery is wrong. And you know what? It was wrong back then, but those people just didn't quite get it. And if God has sanctioned slavery, it was still wrong.
What's the ultimate sacrifice for mankind that mankind knows? It's God giving his own son.
That's not a sacrifice, John.
Was that immoral of God to kill his own son?
Okay, first of all, this idea that it was his own son is absurd. It was supposedly, according to Christian doctrine, himself. He was sacrificing himself in human form to himself. No, you got to hold. I'll let you talk again. How dare you say that this was a sacrifice? At least when Elvis died for my sins, he stayed dead. If you came to me tomorrow and said, hey, if you let us beat you and whip you and torture you and hang you up and kill you, I guarantee you we will end poverty in the world tomorrow. I'll do it. I will. If there's an absolute guarantee that would be the outcome, I'll do it. I'll go down to forever. I'll be famous forever for it. I mean, if you can come up with no better justification than empathy and compassion, fame. Living forever as the guy who ended poverty. However, if you came to me and said, by the way, not only will we beat you and torture you and hang you up and kill you, but we'll raise you from the dead in 3 days and you get to be God, that's not a sacrifice. What exactly did God sacrifice?
He sacrificed his physical body as he came down.
If he is the creator of everything, what is a physical body? What possible sacrifice could that be for him? Couldn't he just make another one?
He could have picked anything.
How can that be a sacrifice? You're giving something up.
To me, though, that whole thing is just another testament to the immorality of this character Yahweh.
Yeah, that he needs a blood sacrifice.
Because the reality is, there was no requirement. First of all, there was no requirement for redemption. All right, that was an arbitrary thing. If God is all powerful, then He can say, "I'll accept or not accept."
There was a requirement by Jewish law.
Well,
so God is subject to Jewish law?
No, God created the law, apparently, supposedly. The point is, if He's dictating this, then He's making the game. He's making these rules. So He's the one that says, hey, let's kill somebody. Let's torture them and let's kill them and let's slaughter a human being as recompense for all these guilty people so that they can then, be rewarded for their lives of guilt.
And the reason for that is because we took the fruit of the tree.
No, but there's no reason for it. No, there is no reason for it.
Are you saying that it is impossible? Are you saying that it is impossible for God to just forgive without a blood sacrifice? God can't do that?
He does.
Can he do that?
He made, instead of making each one of us sacrifice, he made one for all.
My point is, there didn't have to be any.
Can you answer any question straight, John? I tried to make them really easy. Are you saying, can God, if he wants to, just say, no blood sacrifice necessary, I forgive you for that?
If he wants to, but
then why doesn't he want to?
Listen, his character. It is his character of holiness.
I told you last week, his character is an ass, and that's the point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that it's his character to demand a blood torture death, because that's what he did all through the Old Testament.
And it smells good to him. It says
the point is, it's not a character of holiness. That's a character of massive, sadistic cruelty.